fit right and all that. Yeah, kid. We ready. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. They like, ooh la la. She go, ooh la la. Okay, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovitz. Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here. One more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip hop, entertainment, popovisms 101, interviews sometimes, motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit and diddy to the left and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how we do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We is in the end game, people. And it's not a lot of details coming out yet, and I wasn't glued in front of the TV. But I was out there eating my little meal earlier, maybe, earlier. Trying not to eat after 8 o'clock no more, stay out the washing machine. And like clockwork, like, you know what I mean? Another shooting, another mass shooting. Out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It wasn't a kid this time, so I don't know if that's progress, and I'm not being funny. Condolences to the families who lost loved ones. Now first it was like 2, then it was 3. Now the last report, while CNN is on in the back, 4 people. The shooter, I believe, is 35. I didn't even hear his name. And actually, the TV was on mute when it was showing. But it's unfortunate. I guess he went to a medical hospital campus looking for somebody in particular, though. So that give me the Eminem vibes and what was it, car wash or dry wash or whatever with Dre Snoop, and he came back to tie the employee up. So anytime they give out motives, that's why it's always important to say like, well, why did this happen? And investigators try to find out what's the motive. Just like I always say on the channel, your intentions is what matters to me. It don't even matter if you did something bad or you messed up along the way. It's what's the intentions behind the actions. That's what speaks loud to me. And so far, that's been serving me well in my dealings with people when I decide to not rock with them, or cut them off, etc. You know what I mean? Or just don't fuck with them no more. You know what I mean? But they said, he was looking for somebody. I don't think he got the individual, unfortunately. Well, fortunately as well. I'm really meant to say, like, we hear it all the time out here, like when gang shit going on or street beef. Oh, niggas got beef. Behind the window, you know what I mean? You shooting behind the tree. You're not really getting the person that you want. So, an innocent person killed another black person because we live in a black, but you black neighborhood. So a little girl get killed, a little boy get killed, a mother get killed, an uncle, somebody that don't got nothing to do with nothing, but because niggas is scared to get up on their intended target, they shooting from a long range. So that's why, other innocent people died, unfortunately, when he was going after a particular person. So the early reports is coming out. So, prayers up to Tulsa, prayers up to Texas, prayers up to Buffalo and Forest, Texas. The person that was in charge, we ain't gonna release no facts, or we ain't gonna talk about it until this whole thing is over. It's disrespectful people are grieving. People are gonna continue to grieve. Like who gets over losing a loved one in a horrific fashion such as that? I don't think they're gonna be getting over their losses anytime soon. You know what I mean? That's journey. People lose their loved ones by not even by gun violence. It still takes them a while to get over losing your moms, your pops, your sister. You know what I mean? Even when it's tragic, like going to Brazil and getting the BBL and not coming back, it's still tragic. And families take time to get over. And then some of us, that ain't pieces. You know what I mean? That ain't good individuals. You get looked over. Soon as the dirt hit the caskets, people forget about you. But we off that. As more information come out, as far as the details of the motive, and who was he, and obviously, right, they didn't kill him. He offed himself. So I guess he did what he did, and he decided to take his own life. And y'all know on the channel, if you rock with the channel, one of the things that the Most High won't forgive is associating partners with him and taking your own life because it's not yours to take. All right, so we off that. Condolences and rest in peace to to the victims. It's unfortunate, and obviously it keeps putting the microscope and the spotlight, shine a light on them, on these gun laws, what they're gonna do, why this shit keep happening in America. There's one last quick thing about that. Cause my show is unscripted, it's uncut. We authentic that feeling. There's no set time. I just get on and I start talking. Yeah, pretty much that's how I do my show. And that's you. Another senator, I forget his name. I should have his name because he's a scumbag. And he's a scumbag for this reason. Reporters tracked him down in the restaurant. And I know it's maybe not tactful or maybe a little tacky. You could say like, damn, he is the senator. He is still human. He still got to live his life even though fucked up shit go on and it's not his fault because he's not out here actually doing the shooting. But he was having dinner or whatever, a reporter ran down him, and pretty much they was asking him like, yo, why is the mass shootings in America the way it is in no other country? And I didn't know that. I thought it happened pretty frequently in a lot of places, but I guess I won't say I'm desensitized to it because, babies get killed every day, niggas get killed every day. Cameron reference from Paid in Full. I tell people not to get desensitized to senseless violence, especially kids getting killed and getting murdered brutally. You know what I mean? AR-15 ain't nothing to fuck with. You know what I mean? It's nothing to fuck with. He didn't want to be held accountable. He was like, this is a great country, and this country is great. And if you compare it to a lot of other countries, yeah, we will rank in the top. You know what I mean? But why is it happening here? That is a great question that I don't think he was a reporter. I don't know who he was, but that was a great question to ask. Why does the majority of mass shootings and incidents like this take place here in America where we have the most? Like we in embarrassment of riches with a lot of shit. You know how much food get wasted and things people take for granted over here, whereas in other countries, people, they may not have as much. So they gotta learn how to be, creative with the things that they do. But let's talk about some other shit because it's hump day. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about first before we talk about young girls having babies young and how they could be setting themselves up for life of misery, being mad, not getting the help that they want, and stuff in that sense. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm bringing this up because so I went to y'all know if y'all familiar with the show. 2 weeks ago, I went to the doctor, checked myself up, like, you're a disgust. Now, have you really checked yourself? Slick Rick reference. And, I got my results back today. HIV negative, STDs negative, blood pressure, regular, sugar levels, all that, everything, blood work, urine, all that shit came back good. So pretty much I'm in tip-top shape for my age and, for stuff. Little still want to lose a little bit. But anyway, while I waited, I knew I wasn't going to be there long, but I still wasn't on the phone. Like I be telling y'all now, I don't be on the phone. I'm looking, even though we in the waiting room, of a clinic. I'm still like, But everybody is like this. That is a fact. Everybody like this. All the ladies that was in there, mostly, GYN and shit, down like this and all that. And I'm just, watching. So, a big, overweight lady came in. Like the overweight lovers in the house. And, I'm no body shaming. There's no real nice way to say that she was fat, obese. She definitely didn't look healthy. So she come in, she go to, you know, to check in. Lady asks her name, what time her appointment, etc. She tells him. Her last name quickly comes up. Obviously, the mother has an appointment today as well. So you know, I'm watching, I'm observing, listening and shit. Without, you know, and she like what's your last name? And she says it again. She's like, what's your date of birth? And she's like, oh, your mom has an appointment at 12:40. And she like, oh, okay, I didn't know she had a thing, right? So I'm listening, I'm watching the body language, and you know, obviously what we do, you know what I mean, as humans, we analyze, we look, and we make assumptions, and we critique and see if we can read people. I mean, I do that all the time. I know I'm not the only one. So don't be in your feelings. You know what I mean? You look what they got on, you see how they attitude, how they greet the people. You know what I mean? You watch all of that. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, observation. So she, you know, give her information, and when the lady brought up the moms, you could see like instantly it was like, yeah, I didn't know she had it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you don't know your mom's got a point. All right, cool, that may be cool. So she goes sit down. Then the mom comes in. The mom's is not as big as her. I mean, you know, she's bigger than the mother, but the mom's is out of breath, and she had the mask on, so the mask is like going in and out. And I'm like, damn, she looked like she about to, you know what I mean, have a heart attack. She was breathing really, really hard. So the daughter, all right, so y'all can see, the daughter is here on the side. The gate is coming in this way towards me, and the check-in spot is here. So when she comes in, she turns right to the check, so she don't see her daughter. But I see the daughter once she said the last name, and I can't remember it. As soon as she said it, and then looking at it, I said, oh, this is the mom's right here. So the daughter's on her phone like this, you know what I mean, down. But you can see she looks up, acknowledges the mom, but not acknowledge her, like, oh, look, and you can see the look on her face. The look is of disgust, and that's why I'm going to bring this up. So she look up, see the moms, once the lady said her name, put her head back down, didn't say hi, mommy, didn't say anything, right? So the mother goes back out, I guess, to the car or wherever she went, came back in, sat down, had some papers in her hand, but took a breath. Like, now she reckons she sees her daughter. Don't say nothing. Look of disgust comes up on her face. I'm like, oh, this is a crazy dynamic unfolding in the motherfucking clinic today. Like, I mean, and I'm looking at both. Like I said, the mom's is here and the daughter is here. So, you know, the mom's act like she reading some papers at first, then get on her phone. And now for like the next 10 minutes or so, they just both on their phone, don't say nothing. The person was sitting in the middle with them because it's still COVID restrictions. So like each seat got, do not sit here, give your person space. So the person gets up, that's in the middle. You would think that the moms would, or the daughter would scoot on over, you know what I mean, and sit. They did not do it. I go in, get my results and shit, you know what I mean? Come back out. The daughter goes in, and the mom's just, you know what I mean, just looks at her, don't say nothing. I'm like, damn it, man, this shit crazy. Shit crazy. So I say all that to say, one, you know, it's a post that I repost, and it says, and I don't know the dynamics. I don't know if the mother's a scumbag, if the daughter's being, you know, unappreciative, or, you know, what's the dynamics. It's all speculation and assumptions. But to see that play out, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you probably gonna be where mom's is at. You bigger than her, even though the moms came in really like breathing heavy. Like whatever she walked from, that walk was tough. You know what I mean? I think of my moms and other elderly people in my family that have a little, you know what I mean? Breathing is like, you know what I mean? And why you not helping your moms? That's the first thing, is like, if your mom's, you know, you was a foster child, your parent was a drug addict or, you know, crackhead and going back, so you wasn't cared for, you didn't get the love, and now that you're older, even though your mom's may be off of the shit she was on, the relationship is fractured. You know what I mean? But it's just funny that obviously it's two women, even though one is the mother, one is the daughter, that dynamic of the cattiness and women be going hard on each other. But anyway, I brought that up to talk about this other shit. So one of my homies and shit, he got a young daughter, and he was talking to her about, you know, kids and babies, not having them at an early age because of the domino effect that it can have on your life, and being how you're the woman and you have a my body, my choice. You have a right to carry, say no, say yes. A lot of it falls on you if you end up picking the wrong motherfucker. You know what I mean? And you in your feelings, and the D is feeling good. He may not give a fuck, but ultimately coming you, and you end up having a kid. You know what I mean? Whether he's a Pookie and Ray Ray, no matter the circumstances of him, it's up to you, and it's your choice, ladies. to say, yeah, I'm gonna go forward with the pregnancy and have the baby. So he was talking with her about that because somebody else is having a child, and I mean they're not aborting the baby, they're gonna have the baby, but they're young. So he was telling his daughter, like, you know, the mother gonna have to take care of it now, and she don't have no money to support the baby, and you know she's young herself, and I don't want you to follow in the footsteps. Get married first, you know, do other things first before you just rush to the single, you know, life and having a baby, or the single you know, the single mother's life. You know what I mean? I was about to say the single mother's life. You know what I mean? Hold on 1 second, folks. 1 second. Yeah, kid. Not much. Alright. Yeah, we live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling like that happened when I do my show. So he talking with his daughter, you know, about the consequences, and pretty much saying that, you know, his daughter know the person that's gonna carry, or that's gonna have the baby. Right? She already carried. So he like, you going, you know, the person, the responsibility is going to be on the moms. You're going to make the mom's life hard, etc. So we was talking, you know what I mean? We was kicking in and shit. And that conversation led to, you know, out of nowhere, he just was like, you know, because the grandmas is not like back, you know, like yesteryear. And as soon as when he said it, I knew exactly what he was talking about, and it hit me. And it hit me like, I always give the analogy of, you know, when you buy a car, you in love with the car you got, even though you know people got it, you don't really see it like that in your mind. As soon as when you drive off the lot with it, oh shit, she got my car. Oh shit, this person got my car. You start to be conscious of the car that you know, brought. And when he said, you know, the grandmothers and stuff like that is not like of yesteryear, meaning like they lending helping hands, and you know, you can just drop off the kids. And although that's not everybody, and he, you know, he's painting the, you know, the picture with a wide brush, or putting everybody under the umbrella. I knew exactly what he meant, and this is what he meant. If you 19, 20, and your mom's is 39, 38, 40, 41, in this day and era of hot girl summer and city girls and 40 being the new 20 and all that, and your grown ass is grown, and you having kids, and you making some of the same mistakes, and even though some kids, you know, you say kids are not mistaken, when they not playing, it's like, if you ain't playing, so you can have college for your kids, you know what I mean? You don't have things set up for your kids, and you just have the baby out of just having a good night or a good sexual time, and raw, he coming you, and you're like, fuck it, I don't believe in the morning. You know, even though 900 abortions is performed every day in the black and brown community, but you black. Now I mean, as soon as when you get pregnant and you having a baby, you know, I find it funny that it's that dynamic. Like women be like, abortion, 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 to fight for that right. But then when you have a chance to abort a baby for a life who's not going to be comfortable, they're not going to have the best upbringing. They may not have two parents in the home. You may not have the help, you know what I mean, that you think you're going to get. Or dare I say, the father to be is telling you like, yo, I'm, you know, obviously it takes two, or, you know, I shouldn't have came in you, I should have came out, but I'm not ready to be a dad. I'm going to be a poor dad. I don't have enough resources. I'm still living with my moms. It's still ultimately up to the woman. And so I find it, you know, interesting, or the dynamics of that is intriguing, that, you know, women fighting this hard, and, you know, that I guess that right should be open to them. When I say, like what this father is saying, choose better, try to be married before you have, and choose better, choose wisely, make the good decisions, and then even at the ninth hour, if you saying, damn, he was telling me all the shit I wanted to hear, but the actions ain't lining up. He don't got a job. He don't even got a GED, even though he can say ABC. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. I got my GED up north in Elmira in 1998. You know what I'm saying? Although he can say his ABCs, he don't got a GED. He smoked weed all day. He's not going to be the best dad. So pretty much it's going to fall on you. And what the conversation we was talking about is the grandmother. So if you one of them chicks like my mom's is cool because you got the sister, like that's your sister, purple color reference. You thinking y'all cool because no kids involved. Once you get pregnant, young sisters, young ladies, 17, 18, 19, and your mom's, like I said, is 40, 41, even 37. Could have had you at 17. Now, you know what I mean? Now they 34, 35, or whatever. They not looking to be your babysitters. They're not looking to take, I mean, maybe sometime And the reason why they're not looking at it, when he said it, I instantly knew what he said, because look at social media. Look at all the 40-year-olds, 39s, 37s, 35 and up, or whatever ages. They getting their butt done. They getting their tummy tucked. They getting their titties, you know what I mean? Breast implants, or reduction to match the fat ass they got now. They doing all type of shit to their nose and their faces, and that's you. Like, and they looking to hang out. And the same places you want to go, and the same places you see your friends on social media at the club and smoking hookah and having fun, you gonna be home with the baby. And this is why he was telling us, doing like, you're gonna be miserable. One, you're gonna regret your decision, and maybe not, you know, wholeheartedly, but I know some parents who said they wish they didn't have their kids. To me, out loud, and dare I say, oh, we know we human. I thought I was gonna say, but you black. No, we're human. And so human beings, when they get mad, when they frustrated, when they stress, unfortunately, they can say things that they don't mean, or that they do mean when they drunk and they just expressing it now because they got the liquid courage in them. And you say, damn, I should have swallowed you, little badass piece of shit, ain't nothing, nigga. You're going to be just like your father. You know how many boys done heard that? Or girls heard from their moms like, yeah, I should have aborted you. I should have never had you. All you do is cause me stress, and you don't help me, and, you know, stuff like that. And then we started bringing up people that we think, and we don't know what goes on in the back office of these people's houses. You know, people put on masses and shows, whether in public or on social media. And it's like, yeah, every time I see her, she looks stressed. Carrying that little baby, dragging her, you know what I mean, out at all types of nights, because you ain't got no babysitter. You don't got nobody to watch little man. You know what I mean? You mad that the baby father locked up, or he don't want nothing to do with you, even though he told you, like, yeah, I don't want no babies. I don't want to have a baby by you. I shouldn't have did. We shouldn't have did, but you can get rid of the baby. I don't want the baby. Oh, no, you're going to keep this baby. You think that's going to keep a nigga? So you mad because he can't pay child support because he ain't working. You can't really do it. You have no help. So when you don't have no help, you can't get no job. Like, if you know, like, you got a newborn, you got to still work. Still got to take care of the baby. If you was in school, or even if it's not like regular school, meaning high school or college, even if it's a trade or something, while you at school, you know what I mean? Unless it's a setup where you can bring your child with you, you have to have trustworthy people that can watch your vulnerable newborn baby. Everybody's not qualified for that. And there's a post floating around that says every child deserves a mother, even though you can insert that for father or parent. But every mother does not deserve a child. Again, you can insert that with father or parents for both of them, because we know that there's piece of shit parents out there. Piece of shit mothers, piece of shit fathers, oh, as a circle, piece of shit parents. And they don't deserve to have kids. And that's why the foster homes, and I know a few homies that grew up in the foster home because their moms is running the street, doing what they wanted, or strung out, doing the most. Becoming the hostess of the mostest. So they had to bounce around, you know what I mean? Or if not foster home, you with auntie, you with grandma, you with people, you end up getting touched, shit happen to you. You know what I mean? Your life, you know, you have no control because you're just a kid. And your parents, you know, you can't choose your color, can't choose who your parents is either. But you can choose about bringing the baby into the world and who you decide to procreate with. So, you know, I find it interesting because, you know, the narrative is ain't no good niggas around, ain't no good fathers, people trying to hold women back, you know what I mean? And just another side note, you know how today's HumPdaY and shit, and come on baby, come on baby, like, you know what I mean? Why? No, SYSBM. I just found out what that was maybe like 2 days ago, and I didn't do the show yesterday, it was a little busy, but I'm here today. I said, oh shit, wonder why I keep seeing this shit in the comments sections when it's a war going on outside, no man is safe, when the men and the women, men is fair, women's fair, blue pill, red pill, beta males, alpha males, and all this other shit, right? I said, damn, wonder why people are like, it'd be a real good topic, you know what I mean? And both sides is going in, and some, you know, men just put SYSBM. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I never, and then, you know, you can ask, but it's like, I know I'm a little slow anyway. Like, damn, what this shit mean? And that shit mean, save yourself, black man. My head said, boo. couldn't believe it. Like, know what I mean? Like, some niggas don't even want to argue. They already know, like, the state of affairs or some, you know, they like, listen, I know what the game is hitting for. It is what it is. And I'm just going to work on myself, build myself, do my own thing, and not really worrying about, you know what I mean, what's going on. But I said tread lightly with that. Although you can't help nobody unless you yourself are secure. You know what I mean? So you definitely, self-preservation, you want to work on yourself. You want to build yourself and focus on your purpose. But in the real life, when you turn these podcasts off and mines happen to be popping his TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that noti bell, so when I upload the video or ride, you get alerted. You know, everybody got opinions, and everybody's in the comments, and you know, we go to certain channels and make us feel good, and it's the feel good Kool-Aid. But again, when I go out, I don't see, you know, black women hating black men, and I don't really see black men hating black women. You may see some acts of violence or some fuck shit, you know what I mean? But that don't mean it's all. Just like everybody's not drug dealing and eating chicken and watermelon. I don't like watermelon unless it's in juice form. I don't like eating watermelon. Like how Karis once said, like, all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon. Talk broken language and drug selling. Nah, that's not. I know a lot of brothers that go to work every day with the suit that's running businesses, and they ain't part of the street life culture. Just like every woman, black, you know what I mean, ain't baby mama culture. They married. They've been married for a long time. You know what I mean? We got to be careful when we paint these brushes over a vast majority of people. Although there is some instances where this shit go on. It's just that online, niggas be trolling a lot, doing the most. They be the hostess of the mostest. And so you see one crazy thing and it's like, oh yeah, all, you know, black men hate black women. And it's like, nah, no we don't. We just may not like some of the foolery that y'all do, but we don't hate you. Hate is a strong word. We may dislike with a passion that y'all be holding yourselves accountable, and some of y'all be allowing other women to get away with the fuckery. But I find it encouraging. I find it endearing. Obviously, it's like, you know what I mean. It's you know, that my God. And that's just one. I know a few brothers that got kids, you know, sons and daughters. That you have these conversations, and that even the father is telling, like, listen, don't come no baby arms. Just don't rush to do that just because you see other people doing it. And I know it look good on the gram when the baby is there, and like you see the video of the young black girl smoking hookah or smoking bud with the baby right under her. Like, damn, like you just going, we see you trying to blow the smoke away, but are you fucking serious? Like, and then this looks bad, and then you have the audacity, the unmitigated gall, Stephen A voice, to put that shit on social media. Like, who was recording her? Because she had the baby in one hand and the smoke in the other hand. So who was recording her? Right, that part. Some wild shit. Where's the checking and the accountability? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Like, give me the baby instead of holding the phone. I think it's you know, that's a little disheartening, you know, to see you see, what's the girl, Coriel or whoever the hell she is, Adria, you know, all these women look the same. Their names be different, but their faces and their bodies be looking the same. But whatever the chick was that had her son in the club with her, you know, at nighttime, and you know, people was like she was with him or whatever the justification was. I'm like, damn, this bitch got her whole son in the club like early, like I mean, like early. And you got a couple of dollars, like, you know what I mean? So you can afford a babysitter, even if it's not a family or a friend. You can afford a babysitter. Why bring them to the club? Niggas is drinking, smoking, fights happen, people get a little crazy, deranged when they off the Hennessy juice and they smoking on the poison. Shout outs to SNS. And it's like anything could have went wrong 100 ways. Fortunately, they didn't, but where's the women holding her accountable at? Are they holding her accountable? Should they hold her accountable, or should it be, don't tell her what to do with her fucking baby? Like the chick that put the fake tattoos, a lot of the women comments was like, that's your baby, you can do what you want. But really, is that the attitude we should be taking? That if it's your kid, you could just do whatever you want. So even if you harming them, even if you're not raising them right, even if you endangering them, child endangerment, neglecting the child, should we not say nothing? I thought it was see something, say something. That's the culture we living in. Let's talk about this other shit though. Be off that. Sisters, young ladies, my little nieces, my little female cousins, take heed to Uncle Leon and listen up good. Don't be doing no bubblegum shit and you jam your whole self up and you be mad, mad, mad. You see your girls in the club blowing hookah, having fun, and you home with a baby, you know what I mean? And you happy the baby is there, that you was blessed to have a baby, and you got that part out of the way. But now, you know, jobs, work is hard. You struggling. You know what I mean, I'm like me. I'm over here struggle streaming. You're struggling. You can't do as much. Every time you get a little bit of money, you go into the baby. All they do is shit, cry. You know what I mean? Then you start buying them Jordans to keep up, and they could get a little pricey. And Michael Jackson said, if you can't feed the baby, then don't have the baby. Like, you know what I mean? Someone's always crying. Yeah, that part. Let's talk about this other shit, because, you know, it's hump day. Women be coming out doing the mostest. So, unfortunately, it's another, like, how I say, go see the other video. And I, you know, put the spin on Kanye. Like, last week I was in my other bins. Then I pulled up in my other bins. So, a other chick is coming out, Deshaun Watson. And she was on Tasha K's show. She already made her way through the circuits, giving her little description of what happened. And I wasn't there, so I really don't know what the fuck happened. I do know that two grand juries, was like, send the case back. Lemonade ain't cold enough. Mr. Inside the Color Purple, when he was talking to the white nigga, you know what I mean? And Sealy came over with the lemonade or the water before he even tasted it. He was like, not cold enough. They sent that shit back to the Boondocks. And pretty much now what we're seeing is civil suits. And anybody could be sued and, you know, you could still lose a civil case. But criminally, the courts have spoken, and Lady Justice said, there's nothing to see here. And Kendrick Perkins' words, carry on, even though he didn't make up those words. So what's another chick coming out? Forget her name, but on social media, her name is Big Daddy Mia or Big Daddy something. Like, I thought she was Big Daddy Kane, you know what I mean? The sideburns was looking hella gorgeous, like, you know what I mean? She had some gorgeous sideburns and the baby hairs was slicked back. So maybe that's why she called herself Big Daddy, you know what I mean? Something. But anyway, she's back in the news. When you spin the clip and you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. I just think that it's funny, you know what I mean? That these women keep coming out, like, trying to find them, trying to squeeze blood out of a rock, even though he do got a couple dollars now. He's sitting on, what they gave him, $230 million? But anyway, now her story is getting better. So she adding all shit to the story. Like, you know what I mean? He wanted his butt played with, little butt plate, you know what I mean? And he grabbed the ass and told her, you know what I mean, touch it, you know what I mean? Are you going to touch it or not? Like, Ma, I've been hugging the block. That's right, hustling rocks. I know I be thugging a lot, but a nigga want to know, baby girls, you going to touch it or not? Like, damn, I dig hard in the mother. And that's a Cam reference, a Lil Wayne. And she like, you know, he said he had the condom in the bag and, you know, just like real weird and shit. But you know what's the funny shit about it? That's why we talking about it. Because it's not that we don't believe you, even though in this case, I think she need more people. Like Hope said, we don't believe you. You need more people. Rockefeller, student of the class, we passed it, you know what I mean? She seen him not one, LeBron James, not one, not two, three times. So the first time he did some weirdo bubblegum freak off shit, right? According to her. You went back, did some more funny style shit. You went back, like, so I'm saying, damn. I know in domestic violence cases, and you know, I know what toxic relationships are like too, but I'm not a woman beater or nothing like that. I may have to throw a little block and push you off me because I'm not gonna let you just attack me. I've done that, and I have no problem with saying that. Psh, psh. You don't go that way before I mean, have to put foot to your ass, and that's the cozy souls. But I don't believe in none of that, and I had to step to a few people that may try to do something with my family. You know what I mean? Like, what's the problem? Why are you hitting on? You know what I mean? Control yourself. Even though on the channel I tell my family and I tell women, you can expect men to control themselves and be self-restraint. Well, every man is not like that. So when you put your hands on one, and they put their hands back on you, oh, don't cry with that. I'm a woman, and you strong and you independent, and you know you can do everything better than we can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. I mean, I'm being funny, but I'm not. And you know, it's like, why go back? Now, domestic violence, why I brought it up is, we hear these cases like people be comfortable, they be scared to leave. Jennifer Lopez movie, you know what I mean? Whatever her movie was when she fought back, you know what I mean? That's why they don't leave. But you a professional. You getting paid to come. You can come or not come. So if somebody touch you inappropriately, they grope you. You know what I mean? Like on a train, you got no choice. You swinging back and forth, you know what I mean? Nigga little bump you, and there's perverts out there, men and women. Like you see in the what was it, the Thor? No, was it the Thor movie? Yeah, Thor movie where he got on the train and shit. You know what I mean? Which way is such and such? And the lady was on the train swinging back and forth, and she fell on his chest and all that. And I'm in the gym today. You know what I mean? Men and women do it. Make no mistake about it. It's not just men. That may be the narrative, but I've been touched inappropriately at work or somewhere like, and it's no problem because it's fun when women do it. You're not supposed to say nothing, but it's like, damn, bitch, you know what I mean? If I do that to you and I grab your assets, you're gonna be mad. Unless they like you, then we know how that works too. There's really only sexual harassment most times when a nigga is ugly or the chick not feeling him. When a nigga's a little handsome, you know what I mean? Got the shape up, put a little baby oil on his face, you know what I mean? Make sure his elbows ain't ashy. Oh, they don't mind. You know what I mean? A little smell goods, and it's like, yeah, they feeling you. You could get away with a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. Why go back? You mean he told you to put a finger in his butt, like, you know what I mean? Fingernails next to a nigga asshole, like, whoa. Like, rest in peace, Black Rob. Now I'm Doc Strange in the range, like, whoa. He told you to do that. You wasn't with it. You was feeling disrespected. You was feeling like a sexual object. He was violating you. But you went back. Not once. No, not two. Now you went back 3 times. Now you spinning in the news clip again. Talking about, you know, all this other extra details that you failed to mention the first time. Me personally, I gotta ask, why? Right, cause we know all this shit ain't about, you know what I mean, the truth and getting justice. This shit, some of these bitches be lying. And not all of them. I'm not saying if it's 40 women or 80 women, all of them is lying, but it's like, damn, we know everybody not telling the truth. And, you know, with that being said, Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard, their trial is finally over. And I wasn't following it, because I didn't care. I like Johnny Depp and the Chocolate Factory and Wonka Lonka and all that shit or whatever his movies is. But not that much. I wasn't intrigued. Did I think it was some bullshit and some buffoonery? Of course. You know what I mean? It's like I found out that when they got together, 2015. So they wasn't married long or whenever they got married. They ain't been married long. Didn't know that was his wife. Chick played an Aquaman. You know what I mean? She don't look that good on trial without the makeup and all of the movie shit. I'm not saying she, you know what I mean, ugly, but, you know what I mean, you sure is ugly, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, in Aquaman, she was looking good as a motherfucker with that red, fiery hair. See her on trial with the sad face, sticker face, having a change of heart, like, oh, this bitch don't look all that, you know what I mean? And maybe for Johnny Depp, she was a good catch. But obviously shitting in the bed, throwing bottles, like, you want to hit people with garbage cans. You want to shoot people in the pinky toe, like, you know what I mean? Doing all type of wild shit, and you know, she said they was abusing each other. So the end result was he got awarded $10 million for defamation, $5 million for punitive damages. But then I seen a line under that, and if you know in the comments, you can let me know, or I may have to read more. They were saying, but the judge decided to reduce it to $350,000. I'm saying, what? What? How you go from $15 million to $350,000? And maybe I read that wrong because I seen it on CNN. Like I said, when the story broke about the Oklahoma shit, unfortunately, rest in peace to them. And she also got awarded. So it's like, you smack me, I smack you back. You know what I mean? You rub my back, I rub your back. You know what I mean? And she got awarded $2 million for defamation, but no punitive damages. So do she got to give him $13 million? Do she even got 13? I know she's an actor, but was she an A-list actor prior to Aquaman? I don't even know. Never heard of her, you know what I mean? Didn't even know it was her. The point is, that's why guys is like, save yourself, black man. Don't even go through this bubblegum circus shit that is the court system and how it's designed. Because the narrative is he was the bad guy, even though she said some shit about him, even though she didn't put his name on it. And you know, when it boils down, lawyers gonna get paid, your name gonna get dragged through the mud. you may win, so it is a win for him. So I know he like, yeah, kid, that feeling. And I know what it's like to go to trial and beat trial too and lose. You know what I mean? It's like, walked out that courtroom, 100 Center Street after that shit. I was like, yes! Couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? And actually got in the elevator with some of the jurors that was just deciding my life in their hands. Like, you know what I mean? And one of the Spanish joints was like, yeah, you better stay out of trouble. Make sure you don't just be moving with the certain. I was like, nah, you're right. Good looking, you know what I mean? So I know that feeling, and that's one of them. You know what I mean? He won, but did he really win? Like, your name is smeared. You know what I mean? The case lasted for a couple of weeks, and you know what I mean? You see your names on the tabloids, and it's like, for what? All because this, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. She brought him a knife. That's how they do. Like, you know what I mean? They like, so the same person that was abusing you, you decide to gift him with a knife. And she like, yeah, I didn't think the same knife that I was going to get him with, he wanted to use it to kill me. Yeah, all right, bitch. We got you. We understand. So he was abusive. He was, you know what I mean, toxic and everything, but you gave him a knife as a gift. Can't make this shit up at all. You can't. Now let's get into this last shit. I ain't got too much for y'all today. There's a couple other things I could talk about, but we're gonna talk about this because when I edit this video after live, we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna talk about the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. Finals is on the line tomorrow. Your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blow. So y'all seen me the other night, I was happy as a motherfucker, like, yeah, kid. That's also that feeling. Because that's your money, son. And we won a couple dollars on Boston. Glad we took them. Glad we didn't go with the hype of taking Miami. Jimmy Butler, you did well, but you need more. Jimmy Butler, you need more. You can't do it by yourself, and you do got, you know, you have PJ Tucker, you got Bam Adebayo, he's good. He didn't have a lot of great games in that series. I think maybe just one. Tyler Hero got hurt, but he is off the bench. Duncan Robinson, you got Ola Oladipo, and it's like a lot of injuries. But we'll see. They do got a good coach. But let's get to the teams, the last two teams standing. Challenge. Boston, challenge. Golden State. Golden State is favored for the series, minus 160. So that means, for my non-betting, sporting ass niggas, that means if you bet $160, you will win $100 back. So you got to put up 160 to get 100. Not bad if you think it's a sure thing, because then that means you could put up you could put up 660. You know what I mean, and win a couple dollars. On the other hand, Boston is the underdog, like, you know what I mean. I think they plus 140. So if you put up $100. You'll get $140 for your $100. So you'll get $240 back. They both beat each other this year. Golden State came, and I think they won by 3 at Boston. Then Boston came back to Golden State, beat Golden State, I think about like 4 or 5. Steph Curry did get hurt in that game. Marcus Smart dived on the floor, hurt him. Then Steve Kerr was mad. And Steph missed a couple of games after that, so they was like, was it a dirty play? Was it not a dirty play? You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't think it was a dirty play. I think he was just a tenacious play where Marcus Smart obviously ended up being a defensive player of the year. Long story short, I'm going with, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Start thinking of Will Smith. Summer, summer, summertime. And it was hot as a motherfucker the other day. You know what I mean? Hit you right here. I'm just playing. Any skin milk in them titties? Pookie reference. New Jack City. Jeez. Because that's your money, son. Who am I going to take tomorrow or for the series? I'm going to take Boston. When the East is in the house, oh my God, danger. I'm taking Boston. This is why I'm taking Boston. I'm taking Boston because they ran through Giannis. Middleton wasn't there, so that is a big factor. Middleton wasn't there. If Middleton was there, maybe they would have won. You can't really say yay or nay. You know what I mean? You could say they probably would have won, but Obviously, shoulda, coulda, woulda, ifs and all that. If was a split, we'd be all fucked up. They ran through Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and they really ran through them because they beat them not one, not two, not three, right? They beat them 4 straight. Spanked you, sent you home. They beat Miami, the #1 team in the East. And the thing what I like about it too is they didn't run from nobody. Meaning they had a chance to try to move up in the rankings and all that. They didn't do that. They did what they did at the end of the season, and they took on Brooklyn. They swept them. Then they took on the Bucks, even though Middleton got hurt, and they beat them. Then they took on Miami, the #1 team, and they beat them. Golden State, they beat Dallas. Just really Luka. I know they got on. What's my guy that came from Brooklyn? Dinwiddie. You know what I mean? He alright. They got on another nigga, the other dude, Frank Anakinka, whatever his name is, from the Knicks. They was alright. They really shouldn't have beat Memphis, really. You know what I mean? No, they beat Memphis, but Ja Morant got hurt. Well, they would have still won. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think Ja Morant is a big factor, though. And who else they beat? Oh, did they beat? Who else did they beat? Can't even really recall who else they beat. Last few years, and y'all know I bet every day. Last few years, the East and the West play, and depending on the team, they only play each other twice a year. Boston beat them every year. They beat them. It's always been a good rival, you know what I mean? And the last time that they beat them in the finals as well. So now it's the talks of Steph, is he going to get MVP? Is he going to win the finals and all this? And if he win, he's going to be 4-2. And they said Golden State been there 6 times in the last 8 years. Obviously, they beat LeBron 3 times. They lost to Kawhi. And who else they lost to? They've lost to LeBron when they came back from 3-1. Now they stay 6 times. If they lose, they're going to be 3-3. This is Boston, 22nd time in the finals. What year we in? 2022. Right, we in 2022. This their 22nd time being in the finals. Their record is 17-4. If they lose, they'll be 1-7-5. This is the 75th season of the NBA. Why am I bringing up all this shit? Oh, because I think sports is rigged. Right, that's just me though, and that's how I bet. And I do pretty well. I didn't get rich off, and I didn't get a millionaire, but I'm able to do little things that I need to do, side money, and that's how I bet. Shout out to my nigga Blackface though. He was like, "Nah, I don't believe it." Yeah, that's how I bet. That's why I took Boston in Game 7 at Miami, and that's why I'm taking Boston now. That's why I didn't get my pick right away, and I could have waited till tomorrow's show, but I'm doing it tonight. Out and about, going to the spot, putting my bets in, at the gym, talking to different people. I'm like, who y'all like? And of course they asking me who I like, for the people that know me. And the overwhelming responses is everybody think Golden State just gonna smack these boys. And I'm like, damn, if that's the way the public is betting, everybody like they betting their money on Golden State. So normally, it's not all the time. This is also why you see when the public bet one way, the opposite happens. Why? Because it's scripted and it's rigged. Some games, not all games. How they choose to do it, I don't know. But again, if you've seen the last show, you know that superstar players, they get the most calls than any other player. And you say, damn, well, Thanos is already tough to beat without the infinity rings. When you give him the infinity rings, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. That's why Dr. Strange said out of the 14 million and change scenarios that he's seen, the Avengers only was going to win one. Because if you give Superman more powers, you're not going to be able to beat him. So I say, damn, Michael Jordan was the best player in the NBA for mad long. Yeah, he got all the calls. Okay. I said, damn, Shaq and Kobe, best players, you know, they got all the calls, seem like. Tim Duncan, you know what I mean? And you can look at a lot of players and say, damn, why the regular players, people that's putting in that hard effort and, you know what I mean, hard work, why they don't get the call? Why they don't get the superstar call? You even hear the analysts on ESPN, on Fox, and the big networks, they say, oh, you know, they're going to give them the calls to home cooking or however they mix it and slice it and dice it. That's letting you know right there that if human beings, who are the refs, can call certain calls when they feel like it or not call it when they feel like it, that's impacting the game somehow, some form, some way. We going to make it about the hood. Now, that's a whole reference. I'm being funny, but I'm not. I say, damn, these niggas could just blow the whistle. For instance, NFL, they could call holding damn near every possession. and this is for only my football, my sports fans. Football, they could call holding in every possession. So the people that play the sport say, I did play. I played in prison. I didn't like it. Flag football. thought it was non-tackle. I tried to snatch the flag, and the nigga knocked the shit out of me, knocked me down, bust my mouth. I said, oh shit, this is not for me. I'm not getting paid millions of dollars and we playing in prison. Oh hell no. This ain't gonna be the longest yard ever. That was my first and last game. Plus, when it comes to basketball and all that shit, I'm L. Trashington, aka sprinkle some dirt on me. I'm trash. I'm not a sports guy. You know what I mean? I value, and I can rebound, but that's it. But I'm bringing that up to say, in football, if every possession they could call a holding penalty, defense or offense, that means whenever they want to do it, they can do it. So when it's 4th and 1 and you don't get it, flag. When it's 3rd and 30 and they don't get it, penalty, first down. And I mean, you be like, motherfuckers, you be mad. When they can go for the field goal to tie the game, an extra point to tie the game, yet they talking about they don't want to go to overtime, so they're going to go for 2, miss, and lose. It just be too many scenarios where you say, damn, this shit, why did this happen like this? How did this happen like this? That's why I think it's rigged. And that's why I'm going with the Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to win. I think they're going to win in 6. And I'm taking them the first game, too, with that 3.5. Now, some may say Golden State, they got a little rest because they did finish off, they finished off Dallas 4-1, gentleman's sweep. So they had a little longer to rest. Boston, they just played Game 7, but their last game was Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're going to play Thursday. That's enough time. Plus, they still going to be in rhythm. I think they go right in there, and I think they're going to smack Golden State the first game. When I say smack, I mean like a 9-10 point victory. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to put my money on because that's your money, son. Here's another thing why I like them. Outside the rigness. I think they got perimeter defenders second to none. If not second, if not number one, they definitely in the top 5 of the NBA. They could switch. Got a great coach in his first year. I don't think the spotlight gonna be too big. You got Wiggins, you got Poole, you got Splash Brothers, and that's gonna be a handful. But it is hard to score when you got to play D. And I think of the Rams, the greatest show on turf. Right, when New England and Tom Brady and them won their first one. All that running your routes and doing all that. Yeah, Ty Law and Rodney Harrison. No, you don't get away. Get over here, Scorpion. Get over here. I'm gonna throw you off your routes. I'm gonna disrupt you. So when Kurt Warner think he gonna be throwing those precision passes, nah. You're not there. Like when you turn around, you're not there because I just held you up. I just didn't. Was they holding and doing shit? Of course. Of course they was. And you know what? The refs allowed them to do it, right? Because 9/11, you know what I mean? What is it? 9/11? Yeah, 9/11, 2001, right. We just happened to have Twin Towers fall, Patriots, red, white, and blue colors. You know what I mean? New England, America's team, even though it was supposed to be the Cowboys. And yeah, they beat the Rams. What they beat them 14-17. Spectacular first Tom Brady Super Bowl. Anything's possible. Yeah, I like Boston over Golden State. I think they're gonna fall 3-3. That's my prediction. Let me know who you taking. Let me know who you like. Let me know why you taking them. How many games? And do you think sports is rigged? In what way do you think sports is rigged? What's your thoughts on the superstar players getting the most calls and the regular players not getting as much help? That's why they be like, oh, you a rookie, you don't get that call. Hold on. We playing a game of basketball, not the game of basketball that I love and I'll die for. We talking about practice? Allen Iverson. That tells you right there when the announcers be saying like, yeah, he could have gave him that call, but he's a rookie. Hold on. So I got to pay my dues instead of the game being he fouled me. You don't call that. That's telling you right there that this shit is rigged and people is putting their imprints on the game. Because if I travel, you're going to call travel. If he travel, you're not going to call it because he's not a rookie, but I'm a rookie. Does that make sense to y'all? It doesn't make sense to me. So again, just because I'm a rookie, I don't get the calls. Now I can understand the hazing shit that go on in the locker room because that's what the players are doing to the players. But referee, you shouldn't be reffing a game based off me being a rookie. You should be refereeing the game based off the rules of the game and the integrity of the game. Right. But y'all know what it is. It's your boy, ViBez. Y'all was just tuned in. ViBez TV. Yeah, that be my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.